Welcome to the Apex, everyone. I'm your host, Zell, and yes, we're doing it camera down again. There's some reasons for that. One of those is we're going straight through this one, no editing, because I just don't have time and I don't have the resources here to do all that stuff. But the other reason is I need to learn how and do better at going straight through, because Patty of Potato Peeler fame brought something up the other day, and Patty, we're going to try to bring that into reality. And that's one reason I don't have a lot of time. I'm trying to get everything set up for that. So let's jump right into our news of the week, because, you know, as always, we got sharp news. And the first thing up this week are podcasts. And we have the Slicey Dicey podcast. It just went live a few days ago. In fact, it just went fully live on iTunes today. Not quite live on Google Play yet, but the links to YouTube and iTunes, or the links to YouTube, are down below, and I'll throw in the links to Podomatic and iTunes, and you should be able to listen to it in one of those places, wherever you like. And guys, we had a great time doing it. That is myself, Brian from Slicey Dicey, and Nick, and that's Staza23. We had a great time doing it, and we're hoping that you guys, well, we know most of you are going to enjoy it. We know we got some audio issues, but we know how to fix those. So moving on to blog and print, from bladereviews.com, we have the Manly Peak review. And that's a pretty neat knife that you're going to want to check out. And from the Truth About Knives, we have London Wins Murder Rate tops New York City for the first time ever. It's not anything to be proud of for anybody. But it has to do with the restricted items in those areas and some of the political stuff. And I'll just go read the article. And then from KnifeNews, we have the judge dismissing the Microtech versus Kai Industries lawsuit. Kai Industries is zero tolerance, Kershaw, and Shun knives. And, you know, the whole thing was over the Matrix thing and the 0777. And, oh, man, they threw it out. Doesn't mean that Microtech can't rejiggle things and bring it back. But man, it just makes me, it smells of conspiracy to me, because, you know, they got a lot of pub from both sides over this mess. And, you know, don't go jumping down the rabbit hole of conspiracy with me, but it just, you know, it smells a little bit. And then Worksharp introduces the pocket knife sharpener. And they really mean that. They mean pocket knife sharpener. And it's a smaller version of the field sharpener, and I'm going to try to get a hold of either that one or the field sharpener, because I need to you know, use a set of semi-flat stone type deal and see how they work, because I haven't used that sort of sharpening system in a long time. And I know for a lot of you it would be interesting, because it's less expensive than most of the stuff I use, and from what I understand, it works really, really good. And the last one up over at KnifeNews is a government study highlights third-party seller counterfeit risk. And that's just one to go read. It's a pretty interesting article. And then, before we jump into video, let's talk about this knife. This is the Browse Blade Sniper. It is the NRA Special Edition, 1 of 1,000. It's number 0733, and this will be the first knife given away to the patrons over at Patreon. Now, I have the videos, they're in the can, I've just got to get them edited. Whenever I've got them edited and ready to roll, as soon as you see the actual review of this knife, I'll have a post up over on Patreon for those of you that are patrons to get in on this giveaway. It's a pretty dang nice knife. I have my gripes about it, of course, but it's a really nice one. And then, getting into video, from Staza23, he brings us a little knife therapy with the giant Mouse GM3. Says it's so close to being a home run, so not only is he bringing us knife therapy, he's stealing my analogies. But, yeah, that's alright. And then, he also has a US-produced Minimalist Wallet. Put your nutsack in your front pocket or your back. I don't suggest doing either one, but with the wallet it'd be okay. And Canadian Cutting Edge, Jake brings us the review of the SVORD Peasant. That's one of those knives, kind of like the Opinel, that is kind of a chunk of history. And you should go over there just to get a view of those knives. And then Slicey Dicey brings in a triple play this week. Going to third, we've got Kizer Zipslip review. And that's that little non-locking knife. It's a slip joint that has a forward finger choil, all titanium, S35VN, and yeah, I'm slightly interested in that one, even though I'm not a slip joint guy. And he also has the steel wheel Intrigue F45M-14. I don't remember if that's a big one or the small one, but I am intrigued, and that's why I've got one on the way here. So you have to go see what Slicey has to say about it, and then come back here in the next few days, and maybe I'll have something up too. And then rounding out, we've got the Zero Tolerance 0609 review, and that's that RJ Martin design that has the hole in the pivot. The tool for that pivot isn't out yet, but Kershaw will get it out, and it seems to be a tool that's going to be fairly robust. So even though it's a custom pivot, that should be better than some. And then LuvThemKnives brings us the Spyderco Para 3 with S110V blade steel. Too small or just right? Well, it's too small for me, but if it's just right for you, S110V, if you have the stuff to sharpen it, oh boy, that is some great steel. And 7 Ready brings us the Olamic Cutlery Wayfarer Compact Overview. Says it's a bit over the top. I don't know about that. I've had some of them Olamic knives in my hands, and they are nice. And Knife Crazy brings us the Koenig Arius Overview and Review. And that is one of those knives I really need to get my hands on. I was supposed to get one from Bill last year at Blade Show, and Bill, I'm sorry that I missed you. I was so busy at Blade Show that I didn't get to a lot of things that I'd like to have gotten to, but that's okay. Maybe I can get over there this year. And we're going to stop right there, and what are we going to talk about this time? Oh, we'll talk about this one. This is the Vindex from WE. It's a new one, and it is in, if I can get the light on it, it is in D2 steel. It's WE's first foray into a full-size outdoors knife, fixed blade knife. And they have done quite the job. For a guy that doesn't carry fixed blades that he doesn't make, I'm pretty impressed by this. I like what they've done here with the sheath. I really like this clip they've used. If somebody knows where to get a smaller one of these that has the push button on it, man, that'd be awesome. I always use the J clips because I don't like the ones where you got to push little things in on the side. Anyhow, Vindex from WE. It's a new one. We'll be getting a closer look at it sometime soon. And moving on to EDC gear reviews, they're starting us up with the WE 715 Ignition review. And I've got some insider information on that too, guys. Wow. There were some things about the Ignition that some people didn't like. And I have it on good authority that WE is working on fixing those things and bringing another knife out that, well, you'll find out soon. I'll get it to you as soon as I can. And House of Wisdom brings us the Southard Mini Toke, customized excellent. And I believe that those Tokes, mini and the full size, are pretty freaking cool. And Nick Shabazz brings us A Tale of Two Norsemen. And you'll have to go over there and see what that's all about with Nick. And then we got this guy. This is the Minotaur from WE. And, oh, it's a nice one. We got carbon fiber inlay. Pretty light. I haven't weighed it yet. But notice that we're all torque screws. And we got that sheep's foot blade. Very nice. We'll be getting a closer look at this one sometime very soon. And Pete over at Cedric and Ada Outdoors brings us that steel test that I knew he would. It's a Cold Steel XHP versus S35VN edge retention comparison and the unleashed versions. And if you guys remember what I said, I don't know, a couple weeks ago about this, well, Pete vindicated what I said, proved me right. But if you don't remember what I said, you'll have to go see what Pete has to say about it. It's down in the show notes as always. And over in the Bird's Eye View this week, they have the Kizer Tangram knives sub $50 class. And those are some cool knives. I've got one around here I need to get sharpened up and then get a full review done on because I want to see how that Cudo 440 works out. But still, very cool knives. And before we hit our last one up, why in the world would I have a H1 Dragonfly with the full serrated edge up here? Well, this is kind of like a mini rescue knife. Pretty cool. It had never cut anything, but we can fix that. It's brand spanking new. There, we've cut something with it, so there you go. It has been used once. So what's the deal with this one? Well, this one is a giveaway knife, and you know how the giveaways work here. You got to be 18 years old or older. You have to have a U.S. mailing address, and you're going to have to put a comment down in the comment section telling me what you would do with an H1 serrated edge dragonfly. And remember, don't just put some whatever comment down there, because I'm going to hit the randomizer and I'm going to pick 2 people up. No, I'm not. I'm going to pick 1 person this week out of the randomizer, and if that person answers, it's their knife. If they don't answer, then it will be whoever has the comment that makes me smile, Susie smile, and Seth smile about what they would do with an H1 full serrated dragonfly. So get your creativity hats on and see what you can come up with, because, well, I want to give this thing away. It's a really cool little knife. Definitely a good little backup survival, put in the car, put on the motorcycle type of thing. And last up, we have stuff from this channel right here, the Zelrick YouTube channel. That's me. We had last week the What's Inside the Liangma Endeavor, this knife. And I have the full review in the can. It is sitting over there on the computer, and I will be editing that guy up, and hopefully it goes up before this video does, because I'm recording everything on Tuesday, because tomorrow is just a crazy busy day. And oh, you're just going to enjoy it. I enjoy this knife. It's a freaking awesome knife. And there goes all of, somebody sent several emails or something, because all my stuff's going off. That's one thing I forgot. I forgot to turn all the freaking sound off. Sorry, guys. Anyhow, this knife, full review, should be up before this video comes out. And guys, I really appreciate you hanging out with me and doing the Apex. We're working on changing the format. I don't know how many weeks that's going to take, but we're working on it. And whenever I say format, not how we shoot and how the Apex works, not the content. The content's going to stay about the same. Patrons, be ready for this. Everyone else, get your comments in down below. Be looking for reviews on these 3, or at least first looks. And you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit up the Patreon, and I will see you next time. Oh, hey, if you're still sticking around, one thing I talked about on the podcast was this blue burl. Thought some of you might want to see it. It's beautiful, beautiful handle material. I don't know what kind of knife it's going to end up on yet. We'll see. But man, is this stuff nice. It's from Preferred Abrasives. Have a good day, guys.